Growth isn't loud, it's steady, intentional, and personal. And at Grow with Patriciah Alex, we make space for it. With Patriciah Alex as the host and the co-host Rachel Kahugu. This isn't just a talk, it's transformation. Real stories, real lessons, real growth. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., your next breakthrough begins here. Tap subscribe and let's grow with Patriciah Alex.
Hi, praise the Lord. This is Grow with Patriciah Alex with my co-hosts
Rachel Kahugu. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for staying. I know that today we're going to get blessed. Thank you for having another episode with us.
Sure.
Naendelea tu kugrow.
Amen.
Naendelea tu kugrow, and I'm very happy for that. I hope that you're also getting to learn so much from these particular episodes that you're having each and every other Wednesday. Now today, we're going to be talking about something that is very important. But before we do that, I'll just give you 1 second to make sure that you subscribe. If you're a new member of this amazing family, thank you so much for choosing to watch. Na najua kwamba utabarikiwa. If you've always been here, thank you so much for always being here. Thank you for being part of the family. Share as much as you can. I know that you'll just make sure mtu mwingine pia ana grow, because we say this is where we grow each and every other Wednesday. Last week tulikuwa tunaongelea mambo ya young mothers.
Sure.
Yes, that was our second episode, sindio? Yeah, that was our second episode, and we talked about young mothers, and kwanza there's something you mentioned, and you said that being a mother is the best job.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the most amazing jobs that one would have.
Mm-hmm.
And when you bado tujafika hapo, we are ready.
Welcome.
We are now ready to get there.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about something that is very important. We'll be talking about kujipanga as a lady.
Sure. Planning your life or doing your best to make your home, or maybe making your environment in the house conducive for everyone.
Yeah. And on that we'll be talking about being financially able.
At least women have something in their pockets.
At least tuko sawa.
Yeah.
Sky tu unategemea your husband 24/7.
You're asking for salt. Everything, no.
Yeah.
I believe in the Bible. The Bible tells us that God blesses our hands.
Yeah.
And not the man's hand, but everyone's hands. I was thinking, how do you stay in the house waiting for everything? And even you not go out because you have other responsibilities.
Yeah.
Nowadays we are very lucky. We have online businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Please try something just sell a small thing as you can. I would start with socks.
Yeah.
They're very cheap, like 50 bob.
Yeah.
Be taking socks and take them to the market or give a friend and they buy. At least you have something in your hands.
At least kuna kitu unafanya. Hauko tu. I know maybe tumesema hivyo when some people are saying, hey, men are the providers of the home.
I know they are.
Yeah.
I won't deny that, but my thing is, please do not ask for everything. You'll be very bold.
Yeah.
And life will be very hard for you, because most of the times men will not remember to do the very tiny things in the house. I believe very few husbands will budget things like salt, my pads, socks.
Yeah.
It's cold in the evening, so I need to put on the 50 bob socks, like the children's small tiny things, the pampers.
Yeah. Atasahau.
My hair.
Yeah.
Every time asking for hair money. I believe it's unfair to ask for everything. Let's try and do something as small as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe and we are saying that, and someone would say, me have very little kids, na naweza shinda ta concentrate na biashara hata kama ni yenye tunasema ya kuuza socks and stuff like that. For this lady who feels me am permitted kukaa nyumbani, hata my husband aliniambia weka tu nyumbani and I'll provide everything. Mimi nitakusort.
That's not right. What do you enjoy? you know, we have different tastes. I don't think my husband would buy me a tiny dress like this.
Yeah.
Will I wait for him seriously? And we I think as girls we have different tastes. Like you have that thing that you want for your eyes.
Yeah.
You need to enjoy your life, like make use of your life. Like don't depend on someone on everything. I just would love my eyes will catch something like these earrings. Then I'll not have to get from the little money I was left to do something. Get it from my money. Yeah.
Maybe is there any instance shisikia watu wamekosana kwa sababu ya finances?
Oh my, yeah.
You know, I had someone saying that most of the marriages, apart from zile stories zingine, the infidelity and stuff like that, it's usually the finances that are the problem.
Most of the problems in the house are not about big issues. I think most of the times, most of the people, wanakosania tu vitu kidogo. Kama sasa ulikuwa umeachiwa 500. Alafu unatoa 300 unaenda kutengeneza kucha. Unabakisha 200 na itatosha. Then si ungeenda tu utafute hiyo pesa yenye ni yako ya kujitengeneza kucha. You know how expensive these things are.
It's not fun.
I know.
Husbands, let me tell you. Maintenance, see jokes. And I think they can't start doing it every time. Yeah.
They'll make you have the matuta. They won't remember all those things.
Atakwambia unakanga vizuri na short hair.
Yeah, no? Sure. I think the best thing, because all girls have their taste. Like everyone has their own taste. And the house is, we are helpers.
Yeah.
So instead of let the man bring meat and then you let a boga evil. Mnasaidiana. We came to help, not to stay.
Si kutegemea
kila kitu.
Okay. Yeah. What is budgeting like, maybe from your experience, for this woman who feels like, hey, nani kama pesa italeta issues kwa nyumba, as much as I'm trying to, you know, get something small for myself, I think money is still an issue in the household. What does budgeting look like?
Oh my God. Sometimes budgeting is
must. Budgeting.
It's a must.
You must.
Wasiishi tu like a day at a time. But sometimes our money might limit us. Like if you earn very little money, you might not be able to plan like every coin.
Yeah.
But the best thing is that if you are sure you're having 500 from somewhere, it will make you proud. It will make you smile. Because when you have money, for us guys, we can smile to the shop, we can smile to the market. I love the way we love doing things in an orderly way. So I think every girl, every woman should plan to live a day at a time, but comfortably.
Okay.
Not crying.
Okay. So does that mean budgeting for also what your husband gets?
Sometimes if you are sure what they have, you might not be very sure. So to see budget yao.
Yeah.
Sana to budget it. Because they will let you down.
But see, they're supposed to provide. They're supposed to bring that money to the wekelea hapa tuone tunafanya.
Unajua mtu analipa rent, mtu analipa stima, they have so many responsibilities. That's why I'm saying for us women, try to do something. If you are not sick, if you don't have a problem, just get something to do. Just something small. Even uzali mboga. Si unaweza chuna mboga na uze. Even very at eggs.
Anything.
I've seen women doing a bucket of eggs, anything that will bring you money. So just do something.
Okay. Niliona, and for the girls in town, nowadays you have online writing. I know someone who does online writing from the comfort of her house, because right now she's heavily pregnant and she has that mind.
I've seen them. I see them do that.
So you need to just maybe get something to do.
Use yourself. Use yourself. Be useful.
Be useful.
Be useful.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Be useful.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you feel like, no, I'm married.
Yeah.
Kazi yangu tu ni kumake sure nyumba iko sawa.
No.
The house is clean.
It's okay to
We
make
have
it
everything.
clean. It's okay to, but bring something. Bring something on the table, like not big money. I'm not saying you. It's good if you have big money.
Yeah.
But for the simple woman, let's do something with the hands. These hands, they are blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nilize, and you know this would be a very borderline question.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
what is the difference between that and now the women who, and this goes especially to the career women,
Yeah.
who are now working and they have their money, and sometimes hamkosani kwa sababu hakuna pesa, umeanza kukosana kwa sababu wewe sasa umeanza kuwa na pesa nyingi, unajifeel sana, you feel like you can be the head of the house. You've had that.
Yeah.
We had that conversation.
Yeah.
And this guy was saying, this girl anajituma sana, but
I feel men feel threatened when you have too much money, especially more than them. But I believe on relationship. That's especially if you have a relationship with your husband. It's not hard to cope with money, with time, because these women, these career women, their men complain about time. Like the woman is not available, the woman is always on the move. So even if the one who doesn't have much money, they're very available. They make the home very comfortable for men. But this career woman, now she has another problem. She'll not be accepted the same way like the housewife.
Yeah.
So I also feel they have to pull on their side to some extent.
Okay.
Because yes, you have the money, but then you're not taking care of anything in the house. Then the husband will not be attracted to you.
Yeah.
That's when you start seeing husbands going out to the house helps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you went, you left everything, you dressed well for the office, you never dress for your husband, you never do anything for your husband.
Yeah.
Then what happens? The man moves away from you. Then you start complaining.
Yeah. Unasema nafanya kila kitu, natafuta mpaka pesa barili. You're not
And
there
you
for the
notice
house. Yeah.
hauko.
So you need to do better there.
Yeah, you need to manage yourself well.
Okay.
Because then if that's why you see the career woman, most of them have problems at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a whole other topic we need to talk about.
I know, yeah.
Hiyo maneno tutaangalia. But even as we talk about managing, you mentioned the ladies who just, na najua tunakuanga watu wa kubuy vitu sana spontaneously, impulse buying.
Yeah.
Now, hii mambo ya priority, you should know what to do, you should know what to buy, at what point. For a lady, how should that go? Kwa sababu I know ladies who just
we love buying everything.
And is it for everyone? Because I know
every woman.
Yeah.
We love buying everything.
Yeah.
I think we never learned the right way of living. I think it should have been taught in school. Like you should manage your life with time, money. Those were the topics that we needed to learn.
Yeah.
And nobody told us how to save money, how to live with our husbands. They never. I wish we didn't do chemistry, but we did family planning of money.
Management.
Family money management.
Yeah.
Those things were not taught. But now, as you struggle in life, I admire the families that start from very low. Like you start from very small amount of money and then grow.
Yeah. Because
you never have problems with planning. You never have problems with hiding some money to maybe to keep some started. You will start with sharing the least amount you have.
Yeah.
Like if you have 200 shillings is your money on a day, then both of you have a good reason to sit and think. So with our 200, what do we do first? Tununue chumvi ama tununue pampa ama tununue maziwa. We live a day at a time. Yeah, what is what.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know nowadays ladies, they want men who are financially planned and
Who
wamejisort?
planned this boy? We weren't planned ourselves. Who planned them? I think financially stable is not it's just a fake name. If it's not a man, if it's not somebody's husband, you have stolen somewhere.
Yeah.
A young
Which
man
is
like
wrong,
you is
right?
20
Yeah.
or 24 or 25. Where will he be stable? He started a job. He will start today's money now. Nowadays, the basic salary for a basic person, I think it's 10 to 15,000. Is that stability? And eventually it will grow.
Yeah.
So let's start life where life is. I would love somebody to grow with someone like same age mates.
Yeah.
Then you will relate well, you will plan well, na mtaishi poa.
Yeah.
Mtaketi mnasema mimi napata 5,000 in a month, mwingine anapata 15, so you have 20,000, and then sit down and plan.
Yeah. Unajua hii pesa tutaifanyia nini?
Tutafanyia nini?
But
siku ile itakuja mingi, it's okay.
Yeah.
Lakini live today like at your level with your friend.
Yeah. As a lady, as you're getting your own money kidogo here and there, na unajua sasa sitaitisha my husband pesa ya kila kitu. How do you know how to balance ile I know this I can ask for na iko tu sawa, but surely vitu kidogo kama chumvi wacha nijifanyie?
Me, I feel like a woman is very organized, and I'm not saying men are not organized. And I feel like when you want to buy a pair of shoes, you will prioritize why do you want this shoe.
Yeah.
Then you compare with making your hair, you compare with making your nails, you compare with different things.
Yeah.
So as a woman, you plan your life, like basic things in the house are enough, so you can do something extra.
Yeah.
And then hautakosana na mtu hata sema ulitumia pesa vibaya.
Yeah. How about the ladies? What would you tell the ladies when wako comfortable to kukaa home na wanatusikiza wanashangaa?
Ebu watoke kwa nyumba, ebu wafanye kitu online, ebu wafanye just do something to keep your life go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, people can be very comfortable at home.
It's not. It's very boring.
Like wako sawa.
No, they are not. I think it's very boring to be there. From morning, what are you doing? In the house.
The house?
What houses? Yeah. If you have a big house at that level. Just like a small house. I would rather sell charcoal.
Yeah.
And come back with my 100. And then in the evening, when I think this person must not be having children when you have nothing to do. And if you have, what will you tell the child? The child at 4 has come from school.
Yeah.
Anataka mandazi. Utadu?
Tunangoja baba arudi.
That's sad. That's very sad. I feel that
mtoto anakuangalia zile za ai
ma'am, listen.
Baka na shangani nini?
I know.
Now,
so,
as you're talking about that, and kwanza hiyo tutakuja kwa dress, kwa sababu I know there are ladies and especially kitambo, they would rather I will farm. I'll just farm. I don't think I want to do a business. In fact, let's just talk about it. Is that something a woman would do?
For me, I feel farming is the best. Like imagine food. What bothers us in town is food.
Yeah.
Some mama ameamua kufanya farming. So farming kadogo unatoa boga, unatoa that's very interesting when you know how poison food ya watoto wako.
Yeah.
It's very natural food. So I think if you're able to do farming, and me I admire farming. If you're able to do farming, plan boga zikwe pale, viazi, nini, throughout the whole year you'll be having everything you need in the house. Then the only thing the husband will bring is cooking oil and salt, and then I think it's easier.
Na hiyo ni uko budget what you need to buy
very late,
sit in a daily ati hey leo kuja na
it's
leo kuja na leo aki hakuna aki please kuja na sometimes the husband will even think wewe pia umekuwa too much.
Kujana, and I think farming is nice. I really admire people who have a farm. If you buy it, you'll have very little to buy.
Yeah.
Very little. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So plan yourself financially as a lady.
Plan yourself financially. At least the basic things for a girl. Basic.
Okay.
Not. I'm talking about the level at which the young mothers, because that time you are very young, and you don't have much.
Yeah.
So to grow, wait when you are doing something.
You know, I've heard of stories where, and God forbid this won't happen to any of you who's watching and any of us in Jesus' name. But I've heard of stories where the lady is very comfortable kwa sababu see my husband analeta kila kitu na ako job na mimi ashakubali mimi nikae nyumbani ako sawa na mimi hivyo. And then something happens to the husband.
Oh my goodness.
Probably anakuwa yuko hosi, admitted, can't do anything, or even worse, the guy passes on. Na utasikia sasa huyu atahave kuanza zero.
Lazima. It's very sad.
Because they don't do anything.
Yeah.
It's just them.
I think that time, sorry for those who learn from what has happened.
Yeah.
But I think that is one of the things that will make you like think further. Like don't think today. Think about, like we should see far.
Yeah.
Because if you just wait for someone, that person just moves away. Like accidentally that person. Many men on the road they just don't come back.
Yeah.
If you're not planning anything, it's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Also, ladies are very visionary people.
Yeah.
Wanajuanga hapa ndo nataka kwangu tukue in the next 5 years.
I'm 10.
I'm at 10 years.
I love to say that you should at least see. Like now I'm seeing my last born in 10 years. He'll be 20. I'm thinking about his university.
Yeah.
Like it's good to see far. Not only today.
Yeah.
Today I might have the sugar, I might have the salt, but think in 10 years time what will happen. What have you planned for his life?
So you have to plan.
Yeah.
Now, does this mean, na najua hii imekuwa ni conversation yenye imekuwa sana, that unajua historia as a couple mnatakana tu mnakuwa na joint account. And it is just that. So you guys laughing because najua hapo naenda kwanza. But is it okay for a woman to just know that mimi niko na account kangu hapa iko na pesa fulani? It's not that you're expecting anything will happen, but
it's good to have money. It's very comfortable. I think for me, sisemi ati ni silly. You know, people think when you have account, it's a different account is a secret or like you're hiding something. But for me, I feel it's very important. It's very important to know in case your husband does not come back home. What should you do?
Yeah.
What should you do in 1 month's time? What should you do in two years' time? I think it's good. Ni vizuri sana ukue na account. At least hamwezi lala njaa. Hamwezi kosa kutoa mtu hosi. Hamwezi mtoto ukiitwa shule. Hawezi enda kupeana kahadithi mrefu. But you will go and sort the small things. At least being a woman, you can sort the minor things at home.
Yeah. There's someone who mentioned and they said, as a woman, try and do, like, make sure kama your husband may travel for a month, you can do everything that you need to do in the home. An example, if you know maybe your husband is driving, as a woman, make sure, see wewe utakuwa na drive daily, but make sure you can drive. Usikae tu uko too comfortable, you're not doing anything. You know, if your husband has a farm somewhere, na yeye ndio wanna run, make sure hata kama you're not the one running it,
you know about it.
You know about it.
You know about
you know a few
it.
things that you can do.
Yeah.
Because I know ladies tunaweza kuwa too comfortable.
Ladies can be very comfortable. I'm not sure why.
We can be too comfortable.
But we can be comfortable.
Yeah.
But I discourage that comfortable. That comfort. It's not interesting.
Yeah.
I would really love.
For some people, it's interesting.
It's not.
For some people.
It will give you depression in few years' time. It's good at least you you keep yourself busy in jobs, in learning up and down, in correcting kids in school. That's why you see some very young children on the road. What are you doing in the house? What are you doing? Like, I've seen very, very young children walking on the road with their small bags. And I'm like, where is the mother? Why can't you take the child? Keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
If then your housewife, take the child to school, go for the child. It's part of being a housewife then.
Yeah. That's very important. So usikae tu. Please. Now, maybe talk to this family. They've just gotten married. It's a new couple. Ndio wameoana tu. Hakuna mtu amewaambia anything about how to handle their finances. Na tumesema finances are one of the reasons, major reasons
that bring conflicts.
Yeah, familia. What would you tell them? What's something you can tell a newly wedded couple? Something about finances.
Msichana, kama umekaa kwa nyumba, tafuta means ya kupata tu pesa kidogo tu. I'm not telling you to start from high.
Yeah.
Start from any amount. In fact, hata kama unaweza enda kufua, si ndio ufulie mtu. Upote, nowadays kufua ni dhao.
Yeah.
Hiyo dhao ijaandika ati ni ya kufua. Ni itashow. Ni dhao. Toka kwa nyumba, enda ufue, enda uoshe vyombo, enda ufanye kitu, enda ulime kwa mtu. Enda uze makaa. Just do something and bring something in the house. At least before hata upate watoto. Sasa utabudget nini? Utaitisha za kununua tu new clothes.
Yeah.
Utaitisha hata elewa.
Anashanga.
Enda utafute utotuguo.
Yeah.
Do something with your life.
Okay. And you realize men wanajitumanga sana. Especially the young men. They will do anything. Utaona kwa mjengo anafanya. Na kama you're a man unakanga tu, I have so many questions. But wanajituma sana. So I think this is a very good conversation to tell the ladies as well. Usikwe too comfortable, unakaa tu home. And I don't know what causes that. Ni nini nafanyanga that ladies can
sit, relax and wait.
Yeah.
Or what do they do? Sit, relax and wait.
Yeah, and just.
I think that girl has not planned her life well. Because there is no such a life.
Yeah.
I don't think there's such a life. What were you growing up to do? Didn't you have a vision? Didn't you have a dream?
Yeah.
Didn't you have something you loved to do when you were young? Because when I was growing up, I went to school. I think I had a reason for going to school.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't go to school, you knew you will have babies one time. Who will bring up these babies? Who will just send yourself?
Yeah.
Do something. I've not seen many women sit and wait. But the few I've seen, they're very frustrated.
Yeah.
They hate when unnecessarily, and they are frustrated, and they are very disappointed, and they become depressed because they want the money in somebody's pockets. Don't budget on that money.
Yeah. Because pia yako na vitu wanataka kufanya.
Definitely.
They have budgeted for the money as well, as much as they're your husbands.
Yeah.
They have a few things they need to do. Yeah.
I have seen husbands who go with their shoot on, no socks. Unamwangaisha bure.
Yeah.
Tafuta zako. Mnunulie socks. Mnunulie vitu basic.
Yeah.
You can do that as a girl.
Yeah, and it's good ukikwapo because as you say, the word says that as a lady you're a helper.
Yeah.
If you're able to help it's even
something.
better.
Yeah, and it is very interesting.
Yeah.
When in the evening both of you are very tired, when you go to sleep, they sleep.
Yeah.
But you not wonder why sleep is not coming because you have been sitting the whole day. Yeah.
Yeah, so do something with your life. I think that's very, very, very important. Now, we've talked about women making sure that they do something with their lives.
Their hands.
Their hands. God has said that He'll bless the work of your hands.
Sure.
So what would you tell their husbands?
Wow. Husband, chase that girl out of the house. Tell her to do something with their life. You don't be very comfortable when she's there. What if you don't return home? What will that girl do? What will the child do?
Yeah.
You will disappoint the whole thing. the whole system. The child will no longer go to school. The mother will cry for 6 months before she collects herself.
Yeah.
I've seen so many women left at some point and they have nowhere to land. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you never know your day.
That's the sad
It's not
truth.
coming soon, but
Yeah.
please
But you never know.
collect yourself. Please learn to the market, get some fruits, sell, do something.
Yeah. And it's, I mean, I don't want to say it's easy to make money, but it's something you can do.
Yeah.
It's something you can do just around where you are. Just think
Something.
around anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
No limitation.
Hey.
Naona wengine siku hizi wanaenda mpaka mjengo. And that, I think by the end of the week people get around 6,000.
Yeah.
It's good money for a woman. That's too much for me. Like
Yeah.
6,000 per week.
Yeah.
I'll do
And
the
it's
shopping
every
of the
week.
whole house every week.
Yeah.
That's good money, easy money.
Unajua.
Unachoka tu lakini pesa iko.
Yeah. So do something with your life. I think that's very important.
Sure.
Okay, if you have any question that you'd want to ask on that, please feel free. And I know that tutakuwa tunairespond.
Kabisa.
Tutakuwa tunairespond on the other episode. But feel free to ask the questions that you would be having. And ni vizuri umeongelesha the husbands as well.
Yeah.
And you've told them, be the one that's chasing that lady out of the house and tell them, go and do something. Because wengi wenye wamerelax ni wenye the husbands wamewambia, usijali, si mimi niko job.
No.
Nitakusort.
Asikufanya hivyo, anakufanya mvivu na atakuacha aone mtu ameoga barabara.
I know of a lady, and I know she'd be comfortable with me sharing these. For like 3 years, I got home, and she's very learned.
Wow.
At a very, she'd easily get a job. Right now she's working home. And her excuse was, I got married and my husband told me it's fine for me to stay home. So I had to provide. And truly the man was providing vizuri,
Yeah.
but it gets to a place and you realize you can't ask for everything.
You can't.
You want to go hang out with the girls, you're asking for
No
money.
time.
Actually, to be a person nataka
Kwenda out.
out.
Uber.
And the man is thinking, hey, wewe kaa nyumbani. Hakuna hiyo pesa, you know. So don't be that person who's always sitting to wait.
Yeah.
Do something.
Do something.
Thank you for that.
Look, yeah.
Yeah. Asante sana for that. Perfect. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Subscribe and share the link as much as you can. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Of course, this is Wednesday, but you can watch this episode any other day. So to many easy links, make sure that you send to your fellow ladies, your fellow girls, so that they'll be able to just get the knowledge that it is important for them to go out and make sure that their life is in order. Sawa sawa. Thank you so much. Asante sana mom.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.